Well, g'day everyone, and welcome back to the channel. All right, I am making a calcium supplement. Now this can be used for the chickens or for blossom end rot and plants, that sort of thing. It's a water-soluble calcium, often used in the Korean natural farming methods. Wonderful stuff for treating blossom end rot or something like that. Because it's water-soluble, it's getting out to the tips of the plants. Great for that. For the chickens, the end product is calcium acetate, which is used as a food additive. Now, generally, you'd give the chickens calcium. I often give mine, this is just ground eggshells. And for the most part, that works. But occasionally, I'm getting these ones. They're very thin-shelled, very weak. So someone out there is not eating the eggshell. So a couple of these, they're really white, they're really lumpy, not that good. So we're going to make some water-soluble calcium. Now, you often see people burning it and that sort of thing. That's to get rid of this here, which is a film that wraps around the egg. If you do a naked egg experiment, that actually stays around the egg. Doesn't really matter. You see people grinding it up and that sort of thing. Again, doesn't matter. You don't need to bake them. You don't need to grind them, because all grinding does is it improves the surface area. All we're going to do is put them in the jar and crush them down. Again, not worried about any little bit of egg white left in there. Doesn't matter. We're going to take the dissolved calcium off the top of whatever's left later anyway. Okay, like I said, just going to crush it enough just to get in there. Now this is a acidic reaction. So the calcium carbonate reacts with vinegar, which is acetic acid, and produces water, carbon dioxide, and calcium acetate. Now, if I used double strength vinegar like this one, it would be a lot more effective at dissolving the eggs. But because I'm using it as a chicken feed, I'm just going to use apple cider vinegar. Okay, we just want to make sure we're down from the top, because you do get some fizzing. Now this will start foaming up as the calcium's reacting with the vinegar, and it'll start producing bubbles. Those bubbles are the carbon dioxide coming up off it. The carbon dioxide's coming up, the vinegar's turning into a water, and the calcium carbonate's becoming free. So we will just leave that react for a little while. You can see our reactions happening. You see the foamy top, it's carbon dioxide bubbles. If we look closely, you can see they're appearing off those eggshells. So the eggshell is being consumed, and we are turning into calcium acetate. Okay, so I'm going to go put this in the sink just in case it builds up too much and we get some overflow. I prefer it's doing that in the sink. Once we've got that initial fast reaction out of the way and it's down to a slower reaction, just going to put a cloth over it and a ring lid. This way it can still breathe and let the gases out, and just stops anything from dropping in there. But as I said, for the moment, it's just going to sit in the sink, and we shall let it fizz away. We'll come back and look at it in a few days' time. Now the majority of the gassing's stopped. It's still active. You can still see the bubbles rising in there. and you can see where the darker shells, they've lost that darkness because the shell's being eaten away. Now we're going to cover it up and we're going to leave it sit for 2 or 3 days. So we're a few weeks later. Life got in the way as per normal. Okay, as you can see, there's been a lot of breakdown of the eggshells. You want to have eggshell left. That means there's no acid left. If all the eggshells dissolve, then there's still acid left in the solution. You can see a lot of that membrane layer still in there, isn't hurting anything whatsoever. So from here, we'll just use the cloth that we covered it with to strain with, and we're just gonna pour it in there. That all strained through. Now what you can do with this leftover egg is pour some more apple cider vinegar on it, and just continue the process of breaking those down, and they'll release further more carbon through. What we have here is our water-soluble calcium. Now for Korean natural farming, you use about a teaspoon per litre, and mix it through and spray it on the plants. It's for blossom end rot and that sort of thing. True way to stop blossom end rot though is just to water with a regular cycle. Watering issues generally is what cause blossom end rot, because the calcium doesn't move too well. Generally your soil has enough calcium in it, but for the chickens we're just going to mix it in with the water, about 1 teaspoon again to a litre. 1 teaspoon will get you there, and that way it's not overpowering. It still has a little bit of apple cider vinegar smell to it, but yeah, absolutely perfectly safe for the chickens and great stuff. All right, thank you for watching, and bye for now.